Crypto is doing quite well recently, but one of the larger meme coins, the ACT token, is taking a breather. Now, does it make sense to buy this dip? Who is buying this dip? Let's have a look at some on-chain analytics. Let's try to figure out if the smart money is buying and whether or not we should copy that. Now, here are the top trending tokens on the Solana chain. And the ACT token is the fourth largest one in terms of liquidity. Now, ACT is a Pump.fun ecosystem token similar to Goat and Peanut. Now, within the Pump.fun ecosystem, there are two clear outliers. One of them is Peanut and one of them is the ACT token. Just have a look at the performance in the last 7 days. Thousands of %. And so here we are. We've got a bit of a retracement, but have a look at the numbers. In the last 24 hours, we went down by 11%. But at the same time, the overhang of sellers should indicate that we should crash much more. Just have a look at this. There is 61% selling wallets, only 39% buying wallets. Now, why is the price not down more? It's because the buying volume is 49% of the selling volume. In other words, the few buyers that are still left tend to buy much more than what the sellers are selling. And that's very impressive given how much the price has rallied. Right? If a token goes up by 3000%, then usually the sellers should have way more capital to sell than the buyers buy, right? You buy maybe with your average size of say $1,000 or $10,000 per meme coin. When you then make a 3000% return, you're probably going to sell 10x of that. The rest you might keep on holding to continue the ride. But this is not what we see here, right? We see that the sellers on average have a smaller amount that they sell compared to what the buyers are buying. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into the on-chain metrics in a second. But one other thing first. I published a video on ACT already before on this channel. And that was when the price was still at 54 cents. Now, even after the correction, we are at 72 cents. And so I try to be early on this channel. I try to cover tokens that still make money. And I publish videos regularly. So feel free to subscribe in order not to miss the next one. Feel free to potentially even hit the notification bell because, again, timing is very important in crypto. Now let's continue with the on-chain analytics of ACT. We currently have 26,000 holders on chain, but not all of those holders are created equally. Let's have a look at the number of holders based on minimum holding thresholds. So on the left side, we see the number of holders that have at least 1,000 ACT tokens. At the current price, that's roughly $700 worth of the token. In the middle, we've got the number of wallets with 10,000 tokens, so roughly $7,000 worth of the token. And on the right, another 10x, so $70,000 worth of the token. Now, what can we observe here? We see a very clear decline across all wallet cohorts. That was the Binance listing. And so initially, there was a lot of accumulation on chain. Then Binance listed the token. A lot of people sent their tokens over to Binance in order to sell them over there. Because trading fees on centralized exchanges are, of course, lower. But have a look at this. It seems like recently that has changed. People aren't sending that many tokens over to Binance anymore. In other words, the selling pressure might subside. Now, with that Binance listing on the 11th of November of this year, we haven't just seen the price shoot up, we've also seen a lot of new first-time traders. So those are the lines here in purple. Whenever we've got a day where there's more first-time traders than recurring traders, that's good because that again shows a growing investor base. The more people invest into a token, the higher the price can potentially stabilize. And still, up to this day, we see more first-time traders than recurring traders on any given day. Now, the number of token transactions also spiked with the announcement of Binance listing the token. And so it really seems now that the whales are buying bottoms. It seems like the trading volume since that listing is dominated by those larger wallets. Again, our listing over here. So this is the daily trading volume measured in US dollars. On the right side, we've got the same trading volume, but this time normalized to 100% per day. And we split this up into different wallet cohorts, small retail being wallets with less than $1,000 worth of the token, medium-sized retail up to 10,000, large retail up to 100,000, and whales more than 100,000. And so the listing has clearly seen a shift. Thus, I believe the token isn't going anywhere. It's not going to crash 80 or 90% because simply there's too much smart money involved. What I think is more likely is that Binance will try to generate more volatility, right? The more the price goes up and down, the more trading fees are generated, the more liquidations are generated as well. And that, of course, helps Binance a lot. A very calm, constant appreciation won't help Binance that much. So it's probably wrong to use a stop loss. It's probably wrong to use too much leverage because, again, volatility, I think, will likely stay high. Now, here's a common misconception. Most people think that the altcoin market currently is outperforming everything else. But nothing could be further from the truth. What we've got over here is the others dominance. So this shows how much of all of crypto is in the altcoins that are not in the top 10. And this is going down since beginning of the year by more than 30%. At the same time, we see Bitcoin dominance going up. So Bitcoin actually becomes a more and more important part of all of crypto. Crypto is really now splitting up into two directions. On the one hand, we've got the hardcore Bitcoin investors that simply buy into the ETF and that hold Bitcoin over the long term. On the other hand, we've got the active traders that trade the meme coins that want to get the 10x, 100x returns. The middle segment is pretty much getting crushed. If you have a diversified altcoin portfolio and you hold a lot of layer 2s and a lot of DeFi protocols and GameFi protocols, you're probably doing worse than Bitcoin. You might still appreciate in value, but probably not as quickly as Bitcoin. All the gains are in the risky meme coins. Just have a look at the categories page. The top performing category is zoo themed. The second best is the Pump.fun ecosystem. So that's the launch pad of meme coins on Solana. And we continue with a lot of other meme categories below that. And so the question is, how much upside is there really for ACT? ACT is unlikely going to crash massively, but it's also unlikely going to make a lot of gains. If you simply just want to do swing trading and you want to buy drops of like 10 or 20%, ACT is good. If you want to make your 10 or 20x returns, then ACT is probably not the right thing. Because across the Pump.fun ecosystem, ACT is already the third largest in terms of market cap. It's important to catch those kind of waves early, right? To buy the token when the market cap is still small. Now, how can we find such tokens? I personally do wallet tracking. So there are several wallets that we track, and we have observed how Crypto Banter bought the ACT token at 4 cents. Since then, the price went up by more than 1,500%. Now, who is Crypto Banter? Crypto Banter is one of the largest crypto channels in all of YouTube. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about a token, the token definitely moves up. And so crypto is both a game of luck, but also of skill, right? And the more the game is being played, the more trades we do, the less important the luck component becomes, and the more important the skill component becomes. Over time, the people with more knowledge tend to accumulate more wealth. And so for Crypto Banter alone, we are tracking 33 wallets. In total, we track more than 400 wallets. And I really believe that wallet tracking can give us a market edge. Otherwise, it's pretty much impossible to find tokens like ACT early. That's why I made a dedicated tutorial section just on wallet tracking. So there are 8 videos how to find various influencer wallets, how to then subsequently track them, and how to finally interpret the signals that we get from the tracking. It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. Premium is not just about wallet tracking, it's also about on-chain analytics, right? The charts that we looked at today. It's also about portfolio diversification. It's also about backtesting. A lot of different videos, more than 100 tutorial videos alone in premium. And so once we've got a signal, we also need to figure out when should we buy, when should we sell, what are the current on-chain analytics. That's why we've got dedicated altcoin chats for the individual altcoins in premium as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, in case you don't make money, just message me within the first week and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so can the ACT token rise further? Yes, it definitely can. Does it make sense to buy dips? Yes, also true. Will it 10x from here? Probably not. The real opportunity is in the smaller coins. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.